What's up, everybody? It's Jacob. Thanks for coming out. It's been a long while. I think 2 months now. Had to step back from live streaming for a little bit due to some life circumstances. Had a health scare in the family. Also, I ended up quitting my day job, the part-time job I talked about. Employer that I had, and we just didn't get along. He had his way, I had my way, and my way was the correct way. But that's all right. I've been spending the last couple of months building some cool stuff, and we're gonna play with it a little bit tonight. I've been talking for about a year now about building a platform for AI characters so that I can roll them out. And many of you are familiar with the HALE 9000, which is probably, well, we've been having that about a year now. And that was actually like many iterations of things where I have to hardwire stuff inside the OBS software and run a bunch of other programs and things. And so I started building a dedicated program that now I can just layer into OBS, load what I need to load, and open up the door so y'all can interact with the characters. So I guess while I'm talking about it, you do have to be a subscriber to the channel in order to talk to the AI characters through the live chat. Those of you that have been here for a while, you know the procedure. You have a little prefix command and the question you want to send in to the AI. So let me bring those up here. All right, so. Just give me 1 second. I'll fix that. I'll be right back. I apologize for the audio issue. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Should be able to hear me now. Apologize for that. This is actually a whole new scene that I forgot to put my mic in there. So that's my bad. All right, cool. Awesome. All right. So here's the menu of the AI characters. You know the commands, the command structure, the question mark, exclamation mark, followed by H9 for the HALE 9000 with a space. So basically the way it works is, here's the Robocop. You just put exclamation point RC spaced followed by your question, and my system will queue it up. I have a whole new dashboard and everything, one dedicated to each character. But the reason why I announced the Sasquatch is because he actually has a voice. I'm still working on getting the Robocop and the Terminator a voice. So we'll get there soon. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for those voices, and plus my layout's still a little jimmied. But hey, this is software. This is the first time I've set this up in a live environment, so this could all blow up in my face. I don't know, but I see y'all sending in commands. That's awesome, and it looks like the AIs are responding back. Yes, cool. This is cool. So I'll bring up the menu again so that you can see how to communicate. And I basically rebuilt the HALE 9000 from the ground up to run on this system, and I have the capability now to just generate some images, tell what I want the personality to be, and then the AI responds. So again, the Robocop and the Terminator are not verbal yet, but the HALE and the Sasquatch are. So maybe take a screenshot of those commands there so you can use them later. But I can add more characters later on. And incidentally, Batty, I'm working on something special for you, buddy. I got an AI character in mind that I think you're going to love. So I'm working out how to train the voice right now, but I got the personality and everything dialed in. You're going to love it. All right. So probably in a week, maybe 2 weeks, because I am working on some software That's the other thing I wanted to update y'all on. So I had a health scare. My dad got a lung infection that was really bad. He's doing great now, and then he fell. Went up to a top of the stairs, and while I was there, and just feet came out from underneath him. Thankfully, as good as a fall can be, he fell onto the landing and right on his face, as opposed to falling backwards and rolling down the stairs. Good God. But I think his ego is more bruised than anything. So, you know, just parents getting older, and there's only so much crap you can deal with on a day job. So I called it quits with the part-time job. Guy wasn't respecting my experience and my advice, and just making terrible business decisions. So I just figured I didn't want to be around for the fall for that. But you know, I didn't leave him high and dry. He had some stuff that I built that he can work with, and he can use AI to look at it and poke on it all he wants. Which brings me to what I'm doing with my company, and then we'll get into tonight's event, which is that the layoffs that they're talking about in the media. They're starting to push that more. It's a lie. A lot of it is a lie. There's many reasons, but there's one that I very rarely heard talked about, and it's actually a trick that big tech has been using for decades. And they do it every time there's like a bubble or the economy goes to crap. They use this trick. You probably know what I'm talking about, but I've got a pretty detailed video where this guy goes and blows it wide open. And I'm going to share my personal experiences with how big tech does these things, and how I've had to go and deal with this particular situation, both on the job side and the unemployment side. Got a lot of experience with this. So I think I have a very unique insight into what I'm going to expose tonight. Yeah. So, all right. My company. So I'm building the AI characters is like a core technology to what I'm building, but it's not the whole thing. I just present them here as pop characters or pop culture characters, because that's what you guys know. But these AI characters in my platform are being used as mentors. And that's one part. Another part is studying for IT certifications. And I think because all this stuff going on with AI, and while they're blaming the layoffs on AI now, this will happen, but they're blaming a lot of the layoffs on AI now, but it's actually not the real reason. But the CEOs still believe it, and they're using it as the excuse, and they're doing layoffs. So as a result of that, I think online education is going to explode, and people are going to want to get certifications. So I am building a system so people can practice for IT certifications. But what's unique about this platform, I won't bore you with showing it to you right now, but basically a lot of this stuff is self-paced. You have to read books, watch videos. Super dry, super fucking boring. Hate it. I hate reading all these books and doing all these certifications and studying for them. I never finish. So what I wanted to do is make it more of a community type thing where people can come onto a live stream or in a Zoom meeting or any kind of video conferencing software and practice through multiple choice questions, visual puzzles, written questions, true, false, all that. So basically it's like think of it like a trivia night in a pub, but it's educational. And there's a couple other features I won't talk about now, but basically it's expanding into making gamifying studying for certification is basically what I'm building. And the initial feedback I'm getting from people that are in the IT industry, they really like it. So I think I have something. So that's what I've been working on. And the AI characters are just kind of a manifestation of some of that work to also help me test it. Because one of the features is people being able to interact in real time or near real time with me. And that's why you're able to put in those commands, which I will show again here. You're able to put in those commands, and the system pulls them off the live stream, and eventually be like Zoom meetings and things like that. and queue them up for me to play with. So looks like we already have a couple of questions here. So let me see what let's see what's some of the characters you're talking to. So we got Robocop, Terminator, Sasquatch. No Hail 9000. Where are my fans at, man? All right, I guess you want to talk to the new stuff. So let's I'm going to save the Sasquatch for last. All right, so let's switch over to Robocop here. Let's see. We got a question from Baddie Commander here. Let me cue that up. See if this doesn't blow up in my face. So we'll pull that in there. All right. So Baddie Commander wants to ask Robocop, if you arrest me, how will you bring me in? So remember, this one's not verbal, but I'm going to still send this out to the persona. And let's see here. Whoops. I screwed up. I forgot to put it in live mode, Baddie. So I'm going to just submit your question again. That's my bad. We'll do that again. All right. Let me just skip through that. All right. Bring that in. Here we go. So Robocop says, transport protocol involves secure detainee restraint. Escort to designated holding facility. Compliance ensures minimal force application. Yeah, don't get uppity with Robocop. He's not going to put up with that attitude, that's for sure. All right, let's go over to the Terminator here. Let's see. Yes, I'm in live mode. And see, Baddie, he wants to ask the Terminator, where's Sarah Connor? Where is Sarah Connor? All right, so we'll send this out to the T-800. See what he says. This is actually fun. All right, so the Terminator says, Sarah Connor's location is currently classified. My mission is to protect her. Threat level assessment ongoing. Any known threat will be terminated. I don't know which Terminator this is. Is that 2, 3, 4, 5? How many freaking movies they make? All right. So let's bring in the Sasquatch. He's verbal. And real quick, I'll just show you the commands one last time. If you want to send something in, you can send in to the Hail, Robocop, Terminator, or the Sasquatch. Oh yeah, you like that, Baddie? You're shocked that the Terminator is being what is it? Not maternal, but fraternal, or that's brotherly, paternal. There we go. I get there. It takes me a while. Okay, all right. So let's see. Baddie got his in first. So let's see. He wants to ask the Sasquatch, what is best, beef jerky or bananas? I don't know. You know, I'll be honest. Bigfoot's pretty philosophical, so I don't know if he's like, you know, doing like Yelp reviews or not. I don't know if he's got internet there behind the tree line, but let's see what he says. We'll send it up there. Generate his response. All right. And I apologize too, because the volumes might be a little off. Some voices might be louder than others. I'm still working on this. I'm actually building a audio mixing system for this, but let's go with it. All right. Let's see here. We got another one. One more. Okay. Pull in Lily's question is, have you ever made fake footprints just to mess with people? Actually, that gives me an idea. I'm going to ask him a question. All right, I'll put that in. Okay, let's submit the question to the Squatch. Here we go. So what do you think of that, Lily? He's doesn't like to make a scene. He keeps quiet. Oh, you can't hear him? Okay. All right. So let me adjust that. I'm still learning this system, so bear with me here. All right. I'm going to submit another. I'll read the answer because I can't replay it. It's a little limited, but he says, I admit the thought crossed my mind once or twice, but I prefer not to leave more of a trace than I have to. The forest has its own way of spreading whispers, and my size 24s are usually enough without any extra theatrics. Nature's a clever prankster all on her own. So there you go. Okay. Let's I'm submitting a question because there's something that I want to know is when is he going to start a YouTube channel? I don't know. Let's see what he says. And let me know, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear him, because I muted something in a place that I didn't think would mute in OBS. Oh, hey Rexus. Thanks for your note there, and appreciate your support, Batty. Here we go. The one's not for me, Captain. It's for the Sasquatch. So here we go. No AI sound? Okay. All right. I don't know what I did. Broke something. Yeah, I tried to mute a web browser and ended up muting inside OBS. So I don't know what happened. I tested it earlier. Let me try one other thing. Try this. All right. I don't know what happened. I tested it earlier and it was working. So, oh well. Sorry guys. This is life. This is life with software. All right. So let's why don't we switch over to tonight's topic. Thanks for helping me test that a little bit. I'll figure out what's going on there. That was an odd one. Here we go. All right. But you'll agree the essence of the characters are there in text, right? Hope you guys give me an idea what your thoughts are on that. I would really appreciate that. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I want to talk about tonight, there's just always this constant talk about AI layoffs, AI this. But yet when I really look at the numbers or I see other people that are in the know, there really isn't like any direct correlation or major correlation to layoffs. This guy's saying that, for the year to date, AI has only accounted for 4.7% of total layoffs. But yet you're hearing Meta, oh, we're laying off 10%, 20%. Amazon, they're all attributing all these layoffs to AI. So what else could it be, you think? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's cheap labor. It's H-1B visas. That's what's really happening. The practice of big tech is, and actually a lot of companies that are knowledge based, they will go and bring in. So never mind just outsourcing overseas. That's always the first wave. This is kind of how it's gone over the years. They outsource overseas, and then they eventually start bringing in temporary workers so they can rotate out and drive the wages down. And there's a lot of. It's not just bad for American workers. It's actually not very good for these workers as well, as we're going to see as we get in to this documentary. But also too, hey Lisa, good to see you tonight. But also too, like I've said before, the real layoffs due to AI haven't really started in earnest yet. But the ones that are happening, that 4.1%, these are usually like entry-level jobs, very simple, repetitive jobs, not like engineering and higher level kind of where you're building a lot of complicated systems like customer support, tickets, talking to customers, solving problems, documentation, just like, what usually entry-level people do. That's where a lot of the layoffs are happening right now. But as AI gets better, it's going to start squeezing in more towards the center, and it's going to start affecting these folks as well. So let's just jump in and kind of watch what's going on, because this is not you look at this picture. This is not India. This is America. Let's check it out.
This is Frisco, Texas, a once quiet farm town turned home to one of the largest and fastest growing Indian communities in America.
Where are you from?
India.
From India?
I'm from India.
South India.
I'm an H1B.
I'm into IT.
Motherland India or Texas, USA?
Obviously, Motherland India.
Obviously,
Motherland India.
As the Indian population exploded from 3% to 33% of the population since the year 2000, many Texans.
Since 2000, 25 years has been going on, but it comes in waves. And by the way, this is Tyler Oliveira's channel on I Exposed Texas Indian Invasion. So if you want to watch the entire thing after I'm done, you can go check it out. But let's continue on.
Citizens are outraged, declaring there has been an Indian invasion. But how are all these Indians coming to Texas? And is Frisco the only town in Texas where Indians are seemingly spawning out of thin air? I pulled up to the Frisco Town Hall meeting to witness the clash of heritage Texans and their new Indian neighbors.
We need more or less H-1B people here?
We need a lot less.
Why?
I got laid off 20 years ago. I worked in IT. I have 2 master's degrees. I was making over $100,000 a year. They said, you're too expensive, we're going to hire Indian. But I haven't been able to find a job in IT.
Listen, they said it to his face. They didn't say it to my face.
Since, and it's really sad.
And you know what? I don't have another home in India. I don't have another home in Bangladesh. I don't have another home.
Yeah.
I can't move to Somalia. I won't be able to live there. I'll die. This is my home. The devil would say, well, you're racist. That's racist. According to the devil's dictionary definition of the term, I am racist.
There's been a takeover in Frisco of the Indian population and a lot of concerned citizens, and I'm leading the way asking questions. And I made this because corporations own Frisco. I'm a lifelong Texan turned T-Mobile whistleblower. I started talking about H-1B because T-Mobile uses H-1B to employ foreigners while they're laying off Americans right down the street. You know, the Indian population in Frisco has exploded 33% of the population over the past 20 years, a 4,510% increase. And you know,
that's crazy. That's America, dude. Just look at that. I mean, like, I would never know that's America just looking at the backgrounds. Yeah, but yeah, this is true, Lily. This is my concern. Integration, because they're revolving them in and out, and well, I won't talk about it now. There'll be a appropriate point in the documentary here.
There might be a lot of people here that are coming here legally, but there also seems to be some red flags with the H-1B visa program. And the question is, are Indian people using that to bring people over?
So you're telling me Frisco's turning into Little Mumbai at this rate?
That's what people like to call it these days.
Yeah, you thought Somali fraud was bad. Wait till you see the fraud that's going to happen here. And, like any group of people comes in and they see a loophole, they're going to take advantage of it. It's not necessarily like the race or the culture. It's the loopholes. Let's
America first. I'm pro-American.
USA.
Yeah,
USA.
I think it's a good sign. People whoever has done the fraud, they should be brought to the justice. And I'm now running for the Justice of Peace in Texas.
Justice of Peace?
Yes.
What's your name?
Martin.
Do you think foreign folks should hold office in local city council, judges, stuff like that? I'm just curious what all you think of that. Yeah. I think I'm with Lily on that. I think you should be a citizen. Even if it's a naturalized citizen, I'm okay with that. But there has to be like a test that kind of, shows that you're pro-America. Don't, just because you're naturalized doesn't necessarily mean you're pro-America. But yeah, baddie. Yeah. And this is an excellent point, Lily. There are no Americans in Indian Parliament or local Indian governments. And if you read some of the legal documents, just even like Mexico, our neighbor in the south here in the U.S., foreign nationals cannot hold titles to property. Can't even own land. So here you go. So as Captain Rusty say, I've been saying for a while, Texas is turning purple, eventually blue. Yeah. Colorado is definitely starting to get more blue, for sure.
And I'm now running for the Justice of Peace in Texas.
Justice of Peace?
Yes.
What's your name?
Martin Padetti.
Martin Preti.
Yeah. I want everybody enjoy the life, but at the end of the day, we want to do it right.
My beef isn't with the Indian people. It's with the system that are allowing them to do what we are experiencing here.
Is there sufficient talent in America? Do we need infinite H-1Bs, so to speak?
We do have enough talent in America.
Okay.
We strongly believe because, the Americans landed.
Interesting. I would have not thought that guy would have that opinion. But actions versus words.
On the moon. When all of these H1 was even born.
To be fair, we did borrow a few Germans.
See, we got a lot of natural citizens also became Americans, right? So they also getting laid off.
Do you think there should be a strong limitation on the number of H-1Bs?
I am advocate for the
H-1Bs?
limiting the H-1Bs.
This bro is working really hard for the dude holding his signed vote. Looking him straight in the eye.
It's a great country. We respect pluralism, and most of Indians, they enjoy the American part of the American society. And I know you guys like the Indian food a lot too, right?
This is true. I do enjoy tikka masala.
Yeah.
If we turn away from God and the Word of God, if we worship these Indians, these Somalis, if we just give everything to them, willing to cut your own throat, we'll die.
Yeah. H-1Bs are the scapegoats. The employers, those are the people who have to investigate it. Even in one of my friends told in Dallas, most of Indians, they'll follow the practice, the caste. If you're not in the same caste, they will let you go. It's happening in Dallas.
So casteism is happening here in Texas.
Yes.
Yeah, I can speak directly about the caste system and how there's like a buddy system going on there. And boy, if you're not in the same caste, they will tear you down. It's bad. They are brutal about that.
Absolutely.
I have my heart for all immigrant people, but man, we got to do it the right way.
I want to ask you, infinite legal immigration, though, will still alter the fabric of any place, right?
Correct.
Would you be a proponent of infinite legal immigration?
Don't understand it quite what you're saying, but yes, I mean, if it's done legal, if it's done the right way, yes, because to what I've seen, countries have been blessed when immigration is involved. When you got different kinds of groups involved, doing it the right way, following the rule of law. I think it's
Yeah, I mean, my family's immigrants. They went right through Ellis Island. So, at least on the Italian side, I don't know what the Irish did. Snuck in a potato or something. But look, fair use YouTube, by the way. I'm transforming this work with my commentary and satire. But yeah, we got to limit this. It's because it's not just taking the jobs away and trying to drive the wages down, but it's causing second-class citizens, and it's actually causing kind of like a slave class. And we'll get into this in a little bit. You'll see.
It's a good thing.
But if the law has allowed Frisco's Indian population to go from less than 2% to almost 20% Indian in the last 20 years, turning Frisco into a majority-minority city, is the intent of these work visas bringing Indians to America to support our labor force or to replace it altogether?
To the flag of the United States of America.
I bet you they don't call it BSA. They call it Boy Scouts.
Insurrection. This is the overthrow of the United States government, which is why 20 million people walked across that border. I can't go to Somalia and live, or Mexico. This is my home, America. The H-1B visas, we don't.
Like I said earlier, he literally cannot go to Mexico and live. They are very strict about illegal immigration in Mexico. A lot of people don't know this.
Don't need them. We don't.
That's why all the people come up through South America, run up there. They're trying to get through Mexico to get to here. They ain't going to stay in Mexico. They won't let them.
Not right now. Someday, but not now.
And now, as of late 2025, T-Mobile USA opened a global technology hub in Hyderabad, India that employs thousands of Indians while they're laying off Texans and Americans. They've even sent Americans to go train these Indians in India. T-Mobile USA could have easily opened up this technology hub in the United States of America, and they could have ran it out of one of the 2 Frisco offices on Warren Parkway. On top of that, T-Mobile spent $81.5 million on salaries for H-1B employees in the United States in 2025, all salaries that could have went to Americans. Is it a coincidence that T-Mobile has a new Indian CEO as of November last year? Probably not.
How about that? And then we got the Microsoft CEO. So, all right, I'm gonna. For risk of getting shut down, I'm just going to keep going.
Entrepreneurs, high-skilled professionals fueling the tech and medical corridors that make our Cotton County a national leader. In Frisco, you will find us serving in our churches, seeking peace in our temples, practicing charity at our mosques. We are guided by timeless wisdom that transcends borders.
Indian Americans play a crucial role in Frisco's growth. Many work in high-demand fields such as technology, healthcare, engineering, finance, and entrepreneurship.
My name is Shri. My name is Ardav. My name is Siddharth. Hi, my name is Mathila.
Hi, my name is Anvika.
Yeah, they don't have them like Anglo names like when you call on the phone.
Indian Americans make up 1.6% of the population, but are responsible for $200 billion in taxes, have the lowest crime rate. And over the last couple of years, we've seen some of the greatest polarizations in the history of America. People are upset. The American dream is alive and well here, and it's not because the streets are paved with gold, it's paved with the ingots of possibilities.
Every person in this room right now, their ancestors have come from a different country, a different continent. Despite these positive contributions, Indian Americans sometimes face discrimination or hate.
I urge the council and the residents to reject such a rhetoric that divides residents based on what or where they came from.
Let me be clear here. There has been no credible evidence presented to any widespread H-1B visa fraud in this city. Today, many Indian families are living in fear.
Replace it with reality. Unqualified Indian and Muslim workers scamming Americans out of jobs, stealing tax dollars, and destroying our nation in Texas.
Yeah, that unqualified, that's a loaded word in some circles. But I can tell you from personal experience, big tech, when they bring in the H-1B worker, I've seen it take all kinds of different scenarios, but usually they're not as good. They're just simply not as good. So one of the tricks I've seen them use is they'll get a guy who passes the interview, gets in the door, gets a job, and then the work starts coming in, but he's got all his buddies sitting off camera listening to what needs to get done, and then they all go off and do it. He gets the paycheck, and they split it. And I'm not talking about like necessarily like AWS or Meta or T-Mobile. I'm talking, in fact, I know a vice president of a tech firm that solely works on government top secret projects. And they caught several employees doing this, where they had their little cabal that they would dole the work out. And how they caught on to it was the guy claimed to be living in the States, but actually he had moved back to India, and at least one guy, and he was doling it out to his other buddies. And he was always like really tired and exhausted and didn't know what the hell was going on. And the another one they caught, again, just when you'd ask him direct questions on the project or what was going on, couldn't answer it. But through chat, through email, reports, perfectly fine, right? So it's not that it's just one job or one person taking a job. They're doling it out. That's one trick that I've seen a lot. All right, I'm going to continue on here.
And the funniest part, if these were truly high-skilled Germans or Poles, we'd welcome the net positive. Instead, we get low-quality scammers with fake degrees abusing our systems, Americans.
And America is an idea. It lives in the hearts of all of us, the 243,000 residents of Frisco, and I say this with love. Thank you all for being here.
He said America is an idea. Do you agree with that?
I think it's more than an idea. And I made sure that, he made a point that the Indian population in America is 1.6%. Well, in the city that he's running city council, it's 33%. So it's pretty obvious that there's a problem going on here.
Let's say we have infinite legal immigration. Is it better than illegal immigration?
It's funny because we've almost been tricked. We've been marketed this thing where
Here we go.
We believe it is good to import people for jobs that we can't sufficiently do. We built the job.
There you go. So this is where a lot of the arguments and the semantics and all the tricks that far left play around with, don't say illegal, all that stuff. But a lot of these folks, they're being shipped in. They're being trained. They come in on student visas, then they convert to the H-1B visa, and then they rotate out. Some do come back. But what a lot of times happens, they go back overseas. They go back overseas, set up that little house I was telling you about with all their buddies, and then they get remote work. So it's not like the jobs come back either when they leave. All right. So what is that you're saying, Rexus? You'll have to send it again. My eyes are rolling. Oh, you're talking about this, the Somali running for state Congress in your home state of Utah? That's crazy. That's wild. But yeah, I mean, local, you can kind of argue a little bit for local office, okay, but I still think it's a bad idea. Because you have something like Frisco, they come in, they change the culture, all that stuff, but certainly not for state office, let alone Congress and Senate. I just think it's wrong. All right, let's get to it.
You're telling the people who built the jobs we can't do the job. So it almost sounds like a scam. Well, they threaten them with the H-1B visa and they hold that over their head because if they don't work a certain amount of hours, they won't sponsor them. So they can't threaten you with being able to go back home because your home is in America, like the United States, if you're an American citizen. So, and they can just work them to the bones.
So I headed into the heart of Frisco to speak to...
That's crazy. That's in Texas. Look at that. But anyway, yeah, that's the slave class kind of thing I was telling you about, where they know that they can't say no to anything or demand better pay or better work environment, because they'll get hoisted right away.
To some of these elite H-1B engineers we've imported from India to save our economy from our unqualified, lazy American labor force.
There is the Karya Sidhu Hanuman Temple, the god of courage. Where are you from?
I'm from Andhra Pradesh.
From Karnataka.
I'm from India.
South India. Hyderabad? Are you from Hyderabad?
Yes, I am.
Really?
I'm from Chennai.
Are you here on like H-1B?
No, right now still I am my student visa.
I see, like F1.
Yeah, yesterday the H-1B results got rolled out, so I'm just waiting for my decision.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on F1. Waiting for the same results.
Are you anxious right now?
Let's hope for the best.
I work in a company, software company.
Software?
Yeah.
And are you H-1B?
Yes.
So if
So Gen Z's lazy, huh? There's no place for him to go.
I get my H-1B, I can stay here for more 5 years.
What happens if you don't?
I still have my time, like almost 2 years from now.
2 more years.
So maybe I need to try for different visa, or else like go back to India.
I'm an H-1B.
H-1B. Did you come here as H-1B?
No, I studied here.
So F1, OPT, H-1B? Okay, it seems like that's the common pipeline. Come here as international student, get green card?
Then that's what it is. Yeah, that's what I did.
Have you seen the new wave of people from Telugu?
A lot of them, yeah.
A lot of them?
Yeah, lately, yeah.
How long you been in the States?
Around 10 years.
Are you on H-1B?
10 years on H-1B. You know, I could see if we just didn't have the talent in the States, right? I could totally see that. You'd have to import, but this is just straight up undermining the American job market.
I graduated.
Okay.
And I'm working right now.
Okay. Are you like on F1 visa? Yes. I see. Why did you end up here in Frisco? Did you have friends and family here?
Yes.
Okay.
This is actually my uncle's.
Uncle's restaurant?
So that's the caste
Your goal
system.
to go from F1 to OPT to H-1B?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Motherland India or Texas, USA? You laughed at that one.
No, obviously Motherland India.
Obviously.
Obviously Motherland India.
My motherland is India because I'm born and brought there, grow here, and I'm here to serve the US. So I can say that the second land for me is US, because I'm getting here the US give me the respect, job, and the good opportunity.
Obviously I'm planning to go back to India. So
Your daughter, is she a citizen of the US?
yes, she is.
Okay, so you're gonna bring her back to India one day?
Definitely, yes.
Oh, that might be challenging for her. Hyderabad or Frisco, Texas more?
Hyderabad, of course.
That's the other thing too, is like, what are they called? I forgot what the legal term is, but like the anchor baby thing. Yeah, we got to cut that off too.
Hyderabad, of course. Then I have to ask, why are you here in Frisco?
I had to. Feels like I'm still in my hometown.
Really?
Everybody from my hometown here.
Wow. So you moved all the way from Hyderabad, thousands of miles away,
To Hyderabad.
to Hyderabad in Texas. The India Bazaar is right there. I want to see if we can find some F1 students in this 7-Eleven. And secondly, I want to see the moment I walk in there if I will be met with an Indian cashier. Hello, question for you. Are you on an F1? Are you an F1 student?
No.
Okay, are you H-1B?
Yeah.
You're H-1B?
Yeah.
Working here at 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you from?
India.
Where in India?
Andhra.
Angara.
Yeah.
Is that close to Hyderabad?
Yeah, I'm going to call my manager.
Okay. You work in IT?
Yeah, I work in IT.
Yeah. I'm working with the Walmart here as a software engineer. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm into IT.
Yeah, a lot of people.
IT?
A lot of people don't know that Walmart actually has a massive IT department. Shit ton of AI too. I think they actually have their own internal cloud as well.
Yes.
I knew it.
I do work for IT.
IT. Why do they dominate IT?
Just dominate IT because they have a master's degree in computer science. They study back in India.
Okay.
No, they don't. No, they don't. I mean, yes, there are master's degree Indians that come over here, but no, a lot of the folks in IT do not. In fact, I can tell you the guy, that scam I was telling you about, he just basically got some certifications, of which the software I'm building for, got in the door because he could pass a test, but didn't have any like real experience. And I mean, but that's just one person. But I'm just saying that, yeah, certifications is another way they get in the door. All right.
They complete engineering, and that's how they just dominate. I'm a student.
Student right now?
Yeah.
And you work in IT?
Yeah.
Okay, so my question is, are you F1 visa holder? So as an F1 visa, how many hours can you work per week?
40 hours.
And is it legal to work full-time on an F1 visa?
Yes.
That's some nice cheese.
All right, now keep that in the back of your mind, that 40 hours a week. That's going to be important later. Yes, Rusty, I know. This is probably going to get bumped anyway, but you know, YouTube's not being kind to me these days, so whatever.
Right there. Who would have thought? Chicken tandoori pizza before GTA 6. While Frisco has become Dallas's unofficial Little India, you can find H-1B Indian spawn points all the way up in small Texas towns like Argyle, Texas. Okay, we're in a little Indian suburb near Denton. We're in Argyle, Texas. Lots of Indians. But how did they get here? And why are they in this small, semi-rural suburban town? You gotta tell me, as a Pakistani, why are there so many Indians here?
I don't know. They come on IT.
Are a lot of F1s working here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's going to call it out.
Illegally. I knew it.
They don't even pay right amount for these people, you know.
How much?
They work hours and hours. They pay low here.
They pay low here. Should I expose them? Hello. Who's the manager here? Is there a manager here? Are you the manager? Are you the manager?
You have a
Yeah, I have permission. I'm here to ask you, are you paying F1 students illegal rates?
No students here.
No?
I love how he said he has a permit. You know he doesn't. But it doesn't matter anyway.
Everybody has a work.
You have paperwork?
Yes.
Yeah, you pay them legal rates? Are you sure?
Yes, sure.
Do you own the store?
I'm the manager, right?
What visa
They
are
have
you
to
on?
post
I'm on a
it
work
somewhere.
On a work visa. H-1B?
I have a work visa. I don't want to reveal.
I was told on good authority there may be some F1 employees here being paid under the table illegal rates. That's what I'm asking you. Is that true or false?
Sir, this is a busy time.
Is it true
so
or is it
we
false?
can talk outside.
Where are you from?
I'm from India.
Yeah, by the way, there is a system where they go in like the journalist guys, and they do check, and they have to post on the wall that I'm not exactly sure what it has to say on the sheets, but they basically have to say, yes, we have H-1B visas here. We're just announcing that on the wall. So basically it's kind of like the break room. You go in there's the OSHA poster. I'm like, oh, these are my rights as a worker. And, oh, these are the people that could be doing my job. It's all BS. And we're gonna see a lot more of that later on in the documentary. All right, let's get back to it.
India. Hyderabad.
I'm from India. Hyderabad. I'm from Hyderabad.
Is that Hyderabad?
Yeah. In India.
Okay, Hyderabad?
In the same state, but in a different city.
What visa are you on? F1 student? Yeah. And what do you study?
Computer science.
I'm on green card.
Do I need to specify that?
Yes, if you could. Oh, you don't want to? Why?
That's my wish.
Bro's driving a Tesla. Look at that. Nice.
I see. I imagine you're on not an F1 if you're working, right?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm a TN visa. I'm permanent.
Okay, so your green card.
Yeah.
Would you prefer India or USA?
US is good. Why not
Okay.
US? That's why I'm here.
Is your wife here?
No, yes, here. But yeah.
Is she also on a visa?
Bro literally thought his wife asked him, is his wife right where they are? And then he's like, oh no, she's coming. But yeah, so like I have no problem with this. Guy naturalized, wearing the American flag. Check him out. Pro USA. Let's go.
Visa?
No, she's not. She's in the same green card with me.
Same green card. And do you have kids?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
And are they here?
Yes, they are here. They're going to school.
Okay,
Everything is
so-
they're born and raised here. Everything.
Great.
Is
Oh, born and raised here?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you working?
Software.
Engineer? Software.
Software engineer. Did you get a college education in India or the USA?
India.
Yeah, I work in IT.
IT. Why are Indians so good at software engineering?
That takes a lot of math,
Brain power?
physics.
I came here on F1, but then I can't.
Bro, I don't know what computer science you're doing, but I can't remember the last time I used physics, let alone math. But that's okay. Some people say I'm not a real software engineer. All right, let's go.
Converted to H1. And
So
I'm
you
on-
came on F1 and then graduated to H1?
Yeah.
How hard was that process?
It was cool actually.
I'm from Canada.
You're from Canada?
Yeah.
So you came from India to Canada to Texas?
Yes.
Most people who come here on an F1 have the intention to get an H1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's fraudulent?
No.
No.
Because it is valid that you can convert from H1 to H1. That is the reason most of
It's valid. See, the system's there, right? She's not doing anything wrong. She's just going through the system that was set up. But as we'll learn eventually, there are ways.
the people come here.
But isn't F1 just for people who are coming here to study and not to work?
Yes.
So do you think it's a bit of a fraud to come here to study and then end up...
People go back too.
Did you go back before you got the H1?
No.
Okay, so you came here on F1.
Yes.
And now you're...
TN.
Are they getting paid legal minimum wage in Texas?
Here no F1 students working.
No
Here
F1 students?
These all have work permits. We have all work
On
permit
OPT?
students. Sorry?
F1, H1B, O1?
I have a work authorization.
I know you
My
do.
employers have all work authorizations.
So you're not employing any F1 students? On the record, yes or no?
No.
You promise me?
Yes.
You would swear to God?
Yes.
Body language expert, he scratched his nose. He's lying. He lying.
Swear on your mother's name?
Why you are asking like that questions?
Obviously, the H1B is a non-immigrant visa. When will you be going back to India?
We are thinking to go soon, but we are not sure what
Okay.
date.
And how have you liked Texas thus far?
It's good. I like US. I like India more. That is the reason I'm trying to go back. Basically, at the end of the day, our family is important, right? Our family is in India, so we need to go back to India.
I see. Are you married here?
Yep.
Is he also on H1B?
Yes.
So 2 H1Bs, and do you guys have children?
Yes.
Were they born and raised here?
Yes.
Do your children have Indian citizenship as well?
No.
No. Okay.
I told you, right? If you want records.
See, and this is the problem. This is the problem. I don't think the kids should have citizenship if the parents don't have it. Yeah, that's controversial, isn't it? But it just it cuts the shit off at the pass. All right. So, Captain, I didn't realize I had ads turned on. Sorry about that. But yeah, did you buy one? Did you pick up a dress? All right. Hey, Adrian, good to see you. Thanks for coming out tonight. Welcome. Yeah. See, this is what I was getting at, Lily. They don't employ non-Indians. Imagine Americans discriminating like that. That's the caste thing that I was talking about, where once you get one in, they start bringing in folks of their same caste. Not only do they can lock out Americans or citizens, they'll lock out people that are not in their caste. And I think the caste is around their last name, or they're like groups of last names. Not exactly sure how it works, but yeah, it is a thing. They're even like cliquish against their own folks. So let's get back to it.
To come with the legal, okay? I can show all my employee information with the data.
Let's see.
I don't want to.
Okay, you're gonna show me
He
the
has to
paperwork
by
or what?
law. He has to. If they're H-1B, by the way, he has to.
Who? For me?
Me.
No.
Whoops. Sorry about that.
Do you illegally pay F1 students? Yes or no?
No.
No. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. I hope not.
Yeah.
Hi, man. When I asked him to swear on his mother's name, he postured up. I thought he was going to throw down. I thought I was going to get punched for the first time in my life by an Indian. So this is a meme right now. Please be patient, student driver. This is a kind of a joke, a meme online because there's so many of them. Are you a student driver?
No, I'm not.
Why do you have the student driver sticker?
No, why are you taking video?
Interesting. Is this like that Somali scam where they were setting up all that crap in was it Missouri or I'm sorry, the Minnesota, where they apparently they had all these vehicles to drive people around to their medical appointments and shit like that, and they really weren't. Is that where this is going? I don't know.
Doing a survey for people that have student driver stickers.
I'm not a student.
Do you have a student driver in your
for
family?
the F1 visa.
Before I'm a student driver, so I kept it. I forgot to remove it.
How old are you?
30.
I have a sticker which I put it inside.
You have a student driver sticker?
That's for my girlfriend, so.
Come on. So your girlfriend has a student driver sticker?
And she has a student driver license.
Is your girlfriend a little girl?
No.
How old is she?
She's about 30. She just started driving. She wouldn't drive, learning to drive.
I see. Did she know how to drive in India?
Yeah.
I see. So it's a difficult translation over here?
Yeah, it's left to right and all that. So probably she did her course 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Generally, it looks a little scammy almost.
Sure, yeah. Now I know that's a great thing. I'll remove that.
Is that your sticker?
Yes.
It is? Yes. Are you a student driver?
No.
Why do you have that sticker?
My kid sometimes drives
I see. But if so many of these highly specialized H-1B Indians first came to America to study at our colleges and then stayed here until they got an H-1B visa to work, then why exactly aren't American students educated in the same schools qualified to work the jobs we've been told we need these Indians for?
Yeah, I'm curious, like, do they take out student loans? When I was going to school and this thing was happening, because I was just when I graduated college, we were just going into the .com boom. And then I got my job with IBM, .com bust. But yeah, a lot of the Indian kids that I went to school with, their family chipped in. So they did not have student debt. So I'm wondering if maybe they're getting a little leg up somewhere, somehow, because it don't cost the same to go to college like I used to. A little more expensive. Curious about that. I wonder if he'll talk about this.
Are Indians somehow vastly more overqualified than every other nationality on the planet and therefore receive 70% of America's H-1B visas? I met up with Mavash Siddiqui, a U.S. Foreign Service officer with 21 years of experience in national security and foreign policy, who worked as a visa officer at the U.S. consulate in India to understand what's going on here.
I'm not
she gonna spill the tea. This is going to be good.
Not representing the US government. I'm not representing any other entity. It is just me, myself, and I speaking from my personal experience as a consular officer in India, which was 20 years ago. So an H-1B visa is a guest worker visa. It's a temporary status visa. You abide by the laws of the United States as a non-immigrant, and then your permanent residence needs to be in India, so you have to return back. When I served in India, my job was initially to basically...
Quick question. How do you prove you have a permanent resident in India? How would you prove that? Because if you're here working, you're going to pay rent there and here? I don't know. That sounds like kind of like another potential layer to scams that could happen. Just curious. Just a question. Because, like that one guy earlier, he said he was on his H-1B for 10 years. How do you prove residence while living somewhere else as a foreign national for 10 years? Sounds like some government entity is not keeping track of things. That's all I'm saying. All right. Let's continue on here.
We focus on what is known as non-immigrant visas, that it is a travel document which is meant for temporary visitors. What I saw in terms of industrialized fraud was there was systemic corruption and fraud happening because everybody and their mother wanted to go to the United States. In that jurisdiction of Chennai, we were mainly seeing a lot of fraud patterns come from Telangana, the Telugu community, and really ravenous hunger amongst the 16 to 45 years of age people to basically use the visa loophole in order to cut the line and actually emigrate to the US. So the intent was to come to the US, work here, find an avaricious lawyer, go to the Department of Homeland Security, you change your status from like a visitor visa to a permanent residence. This hunger and craving that I saw created this systemic, massive ecosystem of fraud. For instance, when I went as part of the fraud management unit to this place called Hyderabad, there is a huge back industry called Amirpet. There's a visa industry where you have storefronts after storefronts focused on basically creating fraudulent documents.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw that, but there was like a couple signs in there that said, get certified. Yeah. SAP, SAP end user. Yeah. SAP is a big cloud thing. One of IBM's things. Used a lot in banking and finance. But I just wanted to pause here real quick and talk about Lily's comment here. She says millions of student loans are taken out in the UK for foreign students that never actually do courses. They built a whole town in Kashmir with the money they stole from the British taxpayer. So you mean Kashmir as in like the contested land between India and Pakistan? That Kashmir? Crazy. Because this same scam, to a degree, is happening here in the States. I don't know about building towns or whole countries overseas, but there is a mill going on. I think he touches on it. I've heard of it and experienced people that faked going to class. They still got the student loans. They would just show up, cash the checks, but nobody ever checked that they went to class. They never checked they got the degree. They're in school, they get the visa, they get the F1, and then by the time anybody checks anything, they already, they got their H1B, got their job, and then fucked off back to the country and then started getting the remote work. So, yeah. All right. Let's get back to it.
So a lot of F1 students, I'll give you an example. There were 400 of them and they all had the same bank documents, but they had the guts to present these documents, which basically were fake transcripts, fake bank statements, and also, fake.
Do not for the team!
Degree certificates or high school diplomas, etc. So it was industrialized in the sense there were factories, and they also had these storefronts saying green card would be possible within 6 months, kind of thing. Like, we were just like so overwhelmed that there was this pressure to issue, right?
There you
Where
go.
is this pressure coming from?
The U.S. Embassy in Delhi had obviously a political appointee ambassador. This is during the George W. Bush days.
See that? Doesn't matter what political party. Doesn't matter. The uniparty must feed the beast. Doesn't matter. They all steal. They all steal from us.
And then we had, obviously, the consul general, but there were politicians who were pressuring, whether from the, South India arena or from Delhi itself, saying, you need to issue visas in order to make a better, stronger bilateral relationship happen. Even if that individual is not qualified, at one point we had this ludicrous pressure to say, if that person is not a terrorist, go ahead and issue thing. And so we started the system in...
Yeah, it's literally, are you a terrorist, sir? No. Pass.
In Chennai to revoke H-1B visas where we saw a lot of fraud happen. The United States spits out 150,000 people a year. Amongst 800,000 students, you have 100,000 who've gone through this rigorous, computer science coursework, and then they're told they don't have an opportunity to work in our industry. But then you have these Indian H-1Bs come in with just a Microsoft certification. Some even had the guts to present us with graphic designing, which is very different from, taking C, C++, assembly language, SQL, third degree calculus.
Again, it's that whole, they don't necessarily have the master's degree. They never really took the proper CS courses, computer science courses, all that stuff. They just got a certification, or they just straight up go, yeah, I made a thumbnail once. So, and this is what I ran into a lot. in the .com crash. I haven't really been in the job market with this wave of H-1B initiates, but that was always the case. The vast majority were unqualified. Is the nicest way I can put it at best.
That's very different. So it's just interesting how we had a very hard time revoking these, because it's not like a simple revocation. It's a bit of a uphill battle for a public servant or a consular officer to revoke those, where the burden of proof falls on me. After a long, grueling day of interviewing 200 people, you have a stack of these H-1B revocations that you have to type up and send to the Department of Homeland Security and say, this is why we suspect fraud, which means, you're providing pictures and documents and a narrative and et cetera, et cetera. We don't have that luxury of time. So I saw the cracks and I warned people.
Are these H-1B visas?
And remember, this woman's talking about 20 years ago when she had this job. How bad is it now?
Visa holders superior to Americans in every way imaginable?
Absolutely not in screaming letters and OT, So that's the halo
Thank you,
effect
Rusty.
that they have benefited from, essentially because of, the Indian lobby. Everyone's benefiting in this whole system, right? There's kickbacks that everyone gets. The visa back industry is there. So people have created this narrative. It's almost like information operations against the United States, right? Where
we are somehow inferior to the labor supply in India. And I say India because 70% of the H-1Bs are coming from India.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And there is a visa category that they could leverage called the O1 visa, if they were indeed those, super geek.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about before. It's one thing if you can't find computer scientists, you can't find computer software engineers. So you need that super mega unicorn talent. That's the O1 visa. And those are difficult. They're very expensive, all that stuff. But yeah, yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to keep it clean, kids. Let's get back to it.
Geeks or very smart people, but these are not exemplary individuals. These are run-of-the-mill people.
Yeah.
But when they come here between the 16 to 45 years of age, and the ones who have basically taken the F1 visa route, and then they get sashayed into the OPT program, and then they get preferential treatment by the Silicon Valley managers and the various IT industry managers. Who are basically get seated in the H-1B managerial role. They would prefer their own Indian people, because it's not about necessarily.
There we go. There's that caste thing again. But you know what? Got a little story for you. I trained some of these people, okay? For a smaller software company. They were that was contracted out by a national science funded or NSF funded project, and they were bringing in Indian migrants under the auspices that they were grad students, and these guys couldn't code their way out of a paper bag. Terrible. All right, let's get back to it.
Because the Indians are the best and the brightest. Bribery is quite normalized. The sad part is that I saw a lot of H-1Bs as well as J-1s, especially physicians and others who have bought their seats into medical school. And you have 40% percentile on your score sheet. You're basically an F student, but you can get ahead. That sort of stuff does not jive with our values. Our values are very different. Any minority American would have a worse chance to get into any of the.
All right, this is going to be sensitive. Y'all can call me racist now. There's a cultural difference, okay, obviously, with folks from that part of Asia. But there's not I think they have a word for it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll have ChatGPT look it up. But they don't have the same concepts of shame when they tell a white lie, right? Like, there's small white lies, there's big white lies. In that culture, they don't have a problem with that. It's that I'm not saying that they don't look down upon lying to a degree, but if it's advantageous to them, they're a little more. I forgot what the word is, but there's a philosophical word for it. But yeah, they just don't have the same level of shame like we do in the West, in our culture, around telling lies, lying on your resume, lying about your capabilities, lying about what you're doing on the job. Like even when I would get a project and I would work with guys overseas, they would never say, no, we can't do that, or in the sense of like, we don't have the skills in our team, or yeah, we're going to have to like figure out how to do that. They'll just go, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. And then that's that thing where they got their cabal sitting off camera, listening to everything that's going on. And the ones that actually, maybe like the really skilled ones, do all the work. Right. But the one that can like pass the exams, get in the door, speaks English the best. Yeah, that's the game. That's the game. So let's get back to it.
These big IT companies, because the value system is different, where, the H-1B manager would expect that these people that he's bringing in, whether he or she are bringing in, the idea is to get a cut from their salaries. It's almost like a pyramid scheme. It's like a kickback scheme. It's like pay skimming, for instance. So nice quid pro quo system, and everyone's happy. No one outs the other. And that basically the IT manager does know that if he or she gets outed, then this person will lose their job. So it's kind of like an honor among thieves. So today, I don't know what things look like, but I'm aware, from a lot of my colleagues who are currently working, that fraud has ballooned. So then you have like religious workers being invited on an H-1B. You have accountants being invited on an H-1B. These are not specialized skills. Teachers being invited. Our colleges and universities create these wonderful, best and brightest computer scientists and computer programmers and engineers. After a 4-year college degree, we go through rigorous training. That holistic training that happens in the United States far supersedes what you find amongst the H-1B cloud.
And out of all the 50,000 plus visa applications, how many of those were legitimate?
There were, easily between 70 to 80%. That was my denial rate. And we created that gold rush.
One example of how H-1B Indians are used to suppress American wages, it all starts with this guy who needs some more cheap labor. To avoid the headache and cost of hiring an American, he outsources the job to an IT staffing company. This IT staffing company claims to have an army of high-skilled H-1Bs to
claim, that's the key.
Fulfill the contract, all at a cheaper cost. And most of the time, these IT staffing companies will rent an office like the empty ones you're about to see, put that address on their H-1B's employees' paperwork, basically telling the government, don't worry, here's the office where he'll be working.
Boy, does that sound familiar? Okay, I found the term. So here we go. This is a part of Indian culture. Let's see here. Make sure you can see it's called Jugaad. It means improvisation, work around thinking, bending systems creatively to achieve an outcome. It's usually admired as resourcefulness, but critics sometimes associate it with cutting corners, manipulation, or flexible attitude towards rules and the truth. All right. And this is from ChatGPT, yo. Like normally it's like, oh, you can't ask a question like that, Jacob. That would be racist. Oh my goodness. So, there you go, right there. Jugaad. I'm just saying the culture's a little more bendy. That's all I'm saying. All right. So let's get back to the video.
But the reality is the IT staffing company won't use that office for anything and will send the H-1B employee directly to the client's worksite. The client gets cheaper labor without the responsibility of sponsoring the H-1B. The H-1B makes great money compared to what they'd make in India. They can work towards getting a green card in the US, and most importantly, they don't have to live in India. All while the IT staffing company collects the spread between what they underpay their H-1B employee and what the client pays them. It's a win-win-win for everyone but the American worker.
And there you have it. Shareholders aren't going to say no to that. They benefit, right? They don't want to know. By the way, this is Tyler Oliveira's channel. He's got 9 million subscribers. He's probably coming for me, yo. So fair use, YouTube. This is this video is fair use. I'm transforming it with my commentary and terrible sense of humor. Let's continue on here.
India number one. Now let's go investigate these genius Indian IT staffing companies.
Sorry for the jump
littered
scare.
all over Texas. But real quick, I just made $100 by playing games on my phone.
Nah, we're not paying your bills. All right, here we go.
Am I speaking to Hari Madiraju?
It's not.
Huh?
I may have skipped over something a little bit here, but what they're doing is they're going to one of the addresses on the H-1B that was filed. And I don't know if you kind of noticed, but that doesn't look like a commercial building. Kind of looks a little familiar, don't it? This scenario. All right, let's continue on.
Sorry, you cut off there.
So I am not at home. So what is this? I am in the office. Who is this speaking?
Is there another work site that you're working from?
Yeah, 4425 West Airport.
West Airport? Okay, so there's no one working from the residential address here?
Why do they work for where is your home?
Excuse me?
Where is your home? Do you live in your home or do you live in your toilet or something?
Bro is trying to like be a smart ass. Yeah, he's like, why would I work remote? That's where my toilet is.
No, I don't live in my toilet, sir. So I'm only asking because the LCA state that this is the address. Is that not the case?
No.
So you don't
go to my workspace. Are you from government?
No, I'm not from the government. I'm conducting an independent investigation.
If you are not for government,
yes.
Work right now. I don't have any people, but you can go to the workplace and work there.
All right.
Yeah. So again, he's probably posing as one of these government agents that goes and checks on the H-1Bs, and that's why that guy's talking like that, telling him to go to the other work site, even though his paperwork's all fucked up.
We'll take a look at your office. Thank you. Some attitude. Yeah.
But why would this guy file 8 LCAs with the worksite listed as his residential home? So
That
we went
sounds
to
familiar.
his office only to find a collaborative worksite and his completely empty unit.
No one in their office.
Qubits.
Hari Madiraju finessed us. Let's give him a phone call.
Please leave your message for 214.
You son of a bitch.
And strangely enough, many of these ghost offices were often clustered in the same locations, starting with V4 Tech.
V4 Tech, very official. Okay, take a look inside. We see some.
Yeah, I'm gonna start one of them companies. I'm gonna call it Suck My Tech. I think. What do you think of that, Chad? You think I could get an LLC to pass the state registration for Suck My Tech?
Sort of Eastern monk-like statue right there. We have an empty little meeting room in the back here. It's almost like no one's here.
Who would pay thousands of dollars a month to rent an office with no signs of human life, locked during work hours in the middle of the work week with no employees in sight?
I have a question for you. Do you know where they're at? Your neighbors?
No idea.
No idea? Okay, thanks so much.
It costs money to rent this place. And it's during business hours, during the week.
It's a ghost office, a shell. They have paper compliance. They have the physical location. They can register their H-1Bs
That's the T-Mobile
to,
guy.
and then they can send them off to go
on
work
the right.
elsewhere. So V4 Tech Inc., completely empty. They should be here. Someone should be here. 420. This is going to be a good one.
And there were more ghost offices all over this complex.
All right, we got no sign on this one. Hello? Hello? They ever show up here? Yeah. I just want to ask you, do you guys actually have neighbors?
Does anyone ever show up?
That's a great question.
It's a good question, right?
Great question. Why are you asking this question?
Because we're convinced that this is a body shop. They have paper compliance, and no one actually works out of here. There's
Got
like
it.
9 separate units in this business complex. No one's here. These
Are you
ghost
ready?
offices. I'm ready. Yeah.
Is that on?
It's on. We're ready.
Here we go. Spill the tea, brother.
He is thinking correctly. You are thinking correctly.
NG Talent Tech Group LLC, based in this office, filed 23 LCAs, and there wasn't a soul in their unit. Everything was empty.
Hello?
Hello?
Wow.
Knock, knock.
This one didn't even have a sign on the door. Talenton Technologies claims to have 6 H-1Bs. No one's here. In-office presence on the following days. Tuesday and Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Where were our elite Indian engineers and programmers holding the American economy on their shoulders?
I'm going to guess they're probably not even actually in America.
We have DevApps IT. This is the best looking one thus far. We have 11 H-1Bs. No one's here. Hello.
DevApps
Hey, do you know if your neighbor's here?
I hardly see anybody over there now.
We think they might be running a body shop.
Oh, here in Frisco?
Yeah.
I get it.
What do you think?
I wouldn't be surprised. Last time I saw somebody here was probably 4 months ago.
4 months ago? That's crazy. Were they Indians?
Yeah.
They appear to be
Busted.
body shops. Basically, all I'm asking is, are there revolving doors of empty office complexes with a bunch of
And
Indians?
there's revolving people.
Revolving
So
people,
we're-
different people.
We're in this unit here,
Okay.
the one next to us.
Okay.
People show up about every,
So you see a new group of people coming in and out of there?
and most of the time it's empty.
It's empty.
Like probably 11 months out of the year.
If you found out
Wow.
there were 10 body shops running out of this complex, what would your thoughts be?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It
Just think about that. You sign a lease on an office that you maybe go in there once a year. How much money are you making? How much money are you making that you can afford to rent an office 12 months out of the year and only maybe go there once a year? There's a lot of money to be made here. A lot of money.
Just the way that things are here in America right now, it just it wouldn't surprise me. Like,
You think we're cooked?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It doesn't seem like Abbott really cares that much. Like, he's probably getting paid himself. So our whole government's cooked.
But to my surprise, we finally found an office with an Indian inside. But the sign they had hanging in their office listed a different company than what they had filed under. Is this
Busted.
Grand IT LLC? You guys work here?
Yeah.
This is a body shop?
No. It's IT.
See that back there on the wall? Those are the H-1B announcements. He's being compliant.
Are you guys a staffing company?
Yeah, I just
Sweet. What's your name?
Sachin?
Sachil? Tyler. Good to meet you.
Tyler, what's the name of this place?
Grand IT LLC, right?
Grand IT LLC, and this is one more.
Wait, what's this?
Software guild. It's
So you guys share offices or what?
No. Like
So are you guys Grand IT or Executive
both.
Software?
We have both companies.
Both, okay. And you're not a scammer.
No.
Who was Executive Software Guild Inc. and who is this Prada-dripped Indian? Where were the other employees? What do we got? We got a brand new
I think we got ourselves a ringleader here.
TV right here.
Yeah, it's a brand new TV. It's like a regular area.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as like sayings go on the wall, that's kind of smacking a little bit of jihad.
We also work for Verizon.
So I gotta ask, why would anyone print out LCAs and pin them on the wall?
I mean, if someone like a ICE department, we can just show them directly. If they come for any verification of the candidate,
Yeah.
we can show them, yeah, we are doing the certification or
And we have software developer. We have, who's this guy? What does he do?
Vishnu is the owner of the company.
Okay, he owns the company.
Yeah.
Okay, we got another sort of.
Dude, the owner of the company has his not the H-1B, but I think it's called the LCA paperwork on the wall, dude. Jeez. All right.
Empty office set up here, and I like that quote: "If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you." It's a good point. Oh, so why is it the Maryland labor law posted up there?
I mean,
And it's like the workers' compensation in Maryland. That's what I'm trying
They
to
probably
figure out.
filed their
All the
LLC
Maryland
there
paperwork
or their
right here.
corporation there.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just asking questions, yeah.
We work for the Maryland state as well.
I see. So you guys do CPA for Maryland?
Yeah.
You guys do like accounting too?
Yeah, accounting too.
That makes sense. And you're not lying to me?
Huh?
You're not lying to me?
No.
Okay, all right.
That's the reason we have posted all these.
I see. I would just think you'd post like Texas.
Bro, the posters make it legit. Everybody knows that.
Because we're in Texas. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
And why was there freshly unboxed furniture and appliances scattered throughout the mostly empty office? Not
Yeah.
to mention, why was this on
Peel
their
the plastic
wall?
off,
On our
bro.
way out, I couldn't help but notice this 6-figure luxury car in the parking lot.
Ringleader.
I gotta ask him. One last thing. Is this your Range Rover? My man, don't be humble. Give us a quick whip tour. This thing's badass. See, that's proof of the American dream right there. The American dream's real, right?
The IT staffing business was clearly profitable, so we went to another cluster of suspected ghost offices.
Okay, so we have Slusha IT Inc. right there. There's a guy inside. Hi there. Are you working on behalf of Slusha IT?
Yes.
Okay, hi there. My name's Tyler. We're conducting a workplace inspection.
We'll see.
Are the other 4 engineers that work here present today? Where are they?
In each room.
Oh, in each room?
I love how they give them a meeting room. Man, they are just raking it in.
Can you show me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you. How are you doing today? Okay, and who is this? Hi.
This appeared to finally be the first company
Oh, he
with
busted.
actual H-1B Indians
Bro
on
lost
site
his
working
job.
on their laptops as you might have hoped. While they are replacing American workers, I guess at the very least.
All right, kids, don't freak out. Just remember, all right, the Germans took that from the Hindus, okay? So don't freak out. Just want to point that out.
At least they're real.
Are you allowed to be in here?
You guys let me in.
Who let you in?
He did.
But you told some workplace inspection, right?
Yeah, I'm conducting a workplace investigation
You're
on behalf
from
of
News,
owners.
right?
Correct.
Then how are you inside a private?
I just knocked on the door and you guys let me in.
And
And I'm headed out.
All right, 1300 West Walnut Hill Lane, Irving, Texas. Let's go. Finding an Indian in an office was like a needle in a haystack. Most of the time, my knocks were met with silence and a locked door. The American economy seemed faker to me by the second.
No one's here at either of the Pamela locations.
Margins for these IT staffing companies must have been enormous. To rent offices purely to achieve compliance on paper for the labor condition applications they needed for their H-1B armies.
6 in office.
Don't worry, kids. I think the end is coming near for all this shit. We'll get there.
If you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
There should be 6 LCAs in that office.
And then I finally found another Indian whose story painted an even bleaker vision of the future.
How many H-1Bs do we have in office today?
Right now, we don't have any.
We don't have any?
Actually closing the company.
You're closing the company?
Yes.
Okay, so you have the LCAs on the wile here.
Yes.
You guys are going out of business?
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear.
So
Okay.
basically, this is what happened, right? So
Yeah.
basically, we were in the business for almost 10 years.
Okay.
We filed all the H1s, but later on, like because of this AI and everything, so we kind of
There we go. Because of AI and everything.
wrapping it up, everything, and then it's kind of closing off.
His entire H-1B staffing company imported from India was now obsolete as AI became increasingly advanced. As Americans were replaced by Indians, the Indians were beginning to be replaced by AI.
There is this.
So that kind of tells you, like, all right, I'm going to flex a little bit here as a software engineer. Don't worry, it won't be technical. All I'm saying is, if you give a screwdriver to a baby, and then you give the same screwdriver, not the exact same one, but a similar one, to a high school student who took wood shop, and the same quality screwdriver to a master carpenter, who do you think's going to make better use of that tool? Put it in the chat. Because it's the same thing with AI. AI is just a tool. If you have somebody that's not a super skilled coder, yeah, they can make a website. Yeah, they can make an app. But the coder that's at the master carpenter level knows how to make an application scale to handle millions of users, run on different forms of infrastructure, all that stuff, right? So that just tells me that if he had to lay off his coders, his workers powered by AI, they probably weren't doing very complicated work to begin with. All right, we'll continue on.
Misconception that, like, you know, all the H1 guys are like, they are taking the jobs.
Yeah.
The thing what I wanted to explain is that, like, these are not full-time jobs, right? So they are on a specialized skills. Only then they have those jobs and get it. But if you ask me, is
You're
there
saying they're
an
qualified?
abuse? Probably I would say yes. But then if you take the percentage of it, might be very less. And definitely what I would say is probably USCIS investigating all the things. They have to do all the paperwork and everything good.
Countless offices were husks of their former selves. Perhaps the IT gold rush was over.
Worksite inspection.
With signs still on the wall.
Okay, come on in.
The paperwork on file led us on a wild goose chase to the back rooms.
Not a single piece of furniture here. The sign on the door, empty room, empty everything. Do the lights even work? Are they paying electricity? They are. We'll confirm at the front desk if anyone's renting this out. How are you doing? We're conducting a worksite inspection for Anand Pag Inc. Are they paying rent currently with you guys?
They've moved out like 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Damn.
Each ghost office left us with even more questions than we had initially. Where was USCIS verifying that these work sites were in fact legit and that these H-1B Indians weren't locked up in a basement somewhere being forced to code
They're
C++?
not.
52 LCAs, 3 companies, 1 suite.
And nobody's going to be there.
Hi there. Is Synaptic
That's a whole
and
office
Cohas
building.
still in Suite 100?
Yes, they are.
Okay, is it a shared office?
Yes, it is.
A shared but empty office. Why rent out your own entire office when you could share one with several other companies? This was even more cost effective.
Actually, to be honest, for tech, that's not unusual. There's things called co-working spaces where you can rent a desk. That's what I'm doing now. I have a desk in a shared office space. There's other people that do coding or whatever. That's not too weird. But nobody's going to be there.
Hello, worksite
That looks like a
inspection.
house.
How much of the commercial real estate economy is propped up by companies like these renting out units to have a work
Oh, it's
site
very
on paper
high-end
for their
office space.
H-1B employees that are nowhere to be found?
Worksite inspection. Worksite inspection. This country is all an illusion. No one's around. So they should have 4 people working on site. Do we have anyone here today? No one? Okay. So you pay them $20 a month to get an office space in the ether, maybe a mailbox, so you have paper compliance. But where are these people working? In the digital mailbox? In the cyberspace? Where are these Indians? This country is a joke, and you're living in it, and you're paying for it.
Bingo.
Fully empty. Move right here. We have Sapnex LLC. 3 companies are registered to this location. Looks to be a completely empty office, nothing in there. Take a look. Emptiness is all I can see. We have 4 H-1Bs, and guess who comes back? Shand Parvathaneni, our same attorney, is the recurring thread.
Oh, look at this. Another layer of corruption. So we have the office, we had the student driver thing, we got the student visa to H-1B visa pipeline, and now we have the legal eagle. So let's see what fresh new scams are going to get out of this. This just keeps going deeper and deeper.
He's threaded into many of these companies in different locations all across the DFW area.
And you know what? I bet you this guy is going to be like the perfect model of Jagad, right? What I was talking about here earlier, this practice of being, what is it called? Resourcefulness in their culture. I bet you. Let's see.
Could it be a coincidence? Very well could be. He could just be the guy, the attorney, the Better Call Saul of LCAs.
So I called Chand Parvathaneni, an Indian immigration attorney who files LCAs and H-1B petitions on behalf of countless companies, ghost offices that I visited throughout this video. Could he perhaps explain what was going on here? But real quick, Patreon banned me for noticing too much, so now you can support our work at Tyler Rock.
Is one of the lowest in the industries.
Any of those out there?
What good it would do to somebody to be obligated to say, hey, I want to pay somebody $100,000 and $30,000 in taxes? You just tell me.
I mean, let's say you get money and you get a lot of it and you don't have a moral back.
No, we don't get a lot of it. But I don't. I mean,
oh, come on. I know you're killing it. That's great. I mean,
no.
USA,
No.
awesome.
I tell you one, it's a law firm. There are other attorneys working, and that is where the problem is. And then the fee.
Business is so terrible. Oh, it's just terrible. What a dork.
The fees is one of the lowest in the industries.
Come on, I know what lawyers make. Come on. For a different perspective, I want to show you an office in Plano of one of the largest IT staffing companies on earth, Tata Consultancy. Companies like Tata built the blueprints for these rink-a-dink mom-and-pop staffing companies with ghost offices we've been visiting. But the difference is they have real offices and real H-1B Indians doing work in the places they say they are at a massive scale. What they proved to corporate America is that they could outsource IT work to an Indian firm like theirs, get the job done with H-1B workers at a fraction of the cost of directly hiring Americans, and they could hold their H-1B Indian army captive due to their visa being tied to them.
And the caste system.
Ultimately, companies like Tata are at the forefront of the replacement of skilled American laborers in exchange for cheaper, interchangeable, and captive H-1B Indians. For example, in
there was only one thing wrong with that animation. That dude would not be white. He would not be white. I can tell you that.
Indians. For example, in 2015, the last job of IT workers for Disney World Orlando was to train their H-1B replacements in 90 days that had been brought over by Cognizant. If these
could be worse. Could be training your own AI replacement.
Employees didn't train their new replacements. They were not eligible for bonuses or their severance packages. In fact, big outsourcing firms like Tata rarely even bother to sponsor green cards and often just import a new wave of H-1B Indians to replace the previous one once their visa expires. I pulled up to one of these outsourcing firms' offices in Plano just to see the H-1B Indian spawner hole in the flesh.
Nobody left behind to complain. Just keep pushing them through.
Hi. We're here to verify that 12 of the LCAs filed on behalf of 12 H-1B employees are on site and they have the paperwork on the wall.
Okay, let me do one.
Excuse me, do you work on behalf of Tata? Yeah. Are you H-1B? Yeah. Okay.
This place was teeming with Indians whose sole job was to replace you lazy Americans watching this video.
Hi, my name's Tyler.
Well, do you have an appointment or pre-approved?
No appointment needed. Thanks so much. What is your name? Are you the manager?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have a right to know things, right?
The sister back there, she's security. She's already making the bird hand. She's ready to jump in. But yeah, it's I don't know. The message I'm starting to get is maybe I should go leave the country as Jacob and then get a fake identity and come back as, I don't know, maybe a Canadian or some other type of, I don't know, whatever, just not American, and then just try and squeeze my way into the H-1B system. This is the message I'm getting from all of this. All right, let's continue on.
That's the reason I'm asking you.
Sure. Have a great day.
Keep in mind, these H-1B employees are on non-immigrant work visas. They are temporary guests.
Don't shoot us, please.
Okay. Hey, no worries.
What is this for?
We're conducting a work site inspection. Here to verify a few things, we'll be out of the office.
Okay, I wouldn't do that.
And pursuant to 20 CFR section 655.760.
Bro, I got your barcode, bro. I can get support for your laptop now.
Any member of the public can demand the public access file, and failure to make this information available within 1 working day is a violation.
Brief worksite inspection. We're not trying to cause any trouble.
Imagine if you came to another country on a temporary visa and started smacking people's cameras. Give me a break.
Do you work here? Yes, I agree. Okay, what's your name? We just want to see if the LCAs that have been filed for the H-1Bs here are publicly visible to the employees here. They should be on the wall.
If you were USCIS, if you're an agent, if you were government, we'd absolutely let you in. You're not, so we're not going to allow that.
As per 20 CFR 655, H-1B labor condition application regulations, and 8 USC 1182N, you guys need to show the paperwork.
We would, to a government agency.
That's not what the law says.
Okay, you can take that up with our
Sure.
immigration office.
We will, yeah.
In Rockville, Maryland.
Sure. You're not going to show it?
No, sir. Not today.
Okay.
All the bro has to do is just trespass him. I don't know why he's like trying to defend the H-1B. And look at her back there. Woo! She knows. She knows he's in trouble.
Well,
she knows what's going on. Talk to
you're not
her.
in compliance. We appreciate your time. 6010 West Spring Creek Parkway. 4 IT staffing companies, 95 total LCAs, 38 H-1B conversions.
Wow.
There is no one home. Hi. Doing good. Ever seen anyone come in
Excuse
here?
me.
There should be 18 people working out of here.
This is our virtual
Yeah.
office. There's 5 of us, but we can work from home.
This doesn't even have enough room.
Yeah, they're redefining the word virtual office to mean virtually nobody's there.
For 5 people, much less 18. Worksite inspection. We have a building permit signage here indicating this place has been under renovation or construction since March 6, 2025, where if the employee's gone to work the last year. According to what I'm seeing here, there should be 34 people working on site.
Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for resource volume flagging. No one
What?
is available
So that AI glitched. What the hell did it say?
to take your call.
And the difference between what a real H-1B worksite should look like compared to all of these ghost offices or seemingly staged worksites was immediately apparent.
Hey, are you Siusa? Siusa Inc.? Siusa?
Yes.
How many people are on site right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Where are you from, by the way?
From Germany.
Germany, okay. Yeah. We do need to see those LCAs, though, and then we're out of your hair.
Idris, I can forward this email document to you.
So they got them German engineers to get the real work done. I'll tell you what. German engineers are ballers. Those guys are hardcore.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll write down.
I mean,
They're building
listen,
real
hear me
shit
out.
there.
I know you have attorney-client privilege. Just be real with me, though. You meet these guys, they talk to you. How often do you think you're signing off on fraud?
0.
Now that you've
Zero.
seen some of these offices
If I know
that
the stuff.
people have knocked on the doors, the empty offices.
Lights off, no one home, 3 p.m.
The complete shell offices with ghost employees. No one can find where they work. You really think it's 0?
If you say that is there fraud that is found after the fact, yes.
There should be 3.
So it's not fraud until someone says it's fraud because they found the fraud after the fact. Gotcha.
3 people for Widespan LLC on site. There should be 1 person on site for Upward Innovations LLC. There should be 2 people on site for NK Technolabs.
There's like hardly anybody here today.
I'll tell you what USCIS does. USCIS will come back and say, hey, we went to an address. This employee does not work over there. What exactly is going on? We want to revoke your H-1B. And then I go back to the employer. Hey, this is what USCIS has found. Now there's a problem. Do you have, what exactly happened? Because we have to find out. Does it always mean there is fraud? No, because I'll tell you an example where it might not be fraud. A guy is working in Verizon, for example, in Dallas as a software developer, 6 months contract. And they reassign him to another project for, say, Dr. Pepper, again in Dallas. If somebody is still working, still getting paid the same salary, still in the same role, you can change the work site. That is not a material change.
You would have
so
to
when you get an
amend the
RFE,
LCA.
So in other words, what he's saying is you can file the paperwork first time, don't have to go back and change it. That kind of sounds like a big hole for fraud.
Right?
No, not it is not a material change. But if it is Dallas to Dallas, it is not a material change. It's just a different work site in the same city.
UCSIS would need to verify the work
There you
site
go.
exists, the person exists, they're in the country, they're at the place they've stated they should be. How would that not be a problem?
So USCIS have rules. If it is a different metropolitan statistical area, it is a material change. Instead of working in Dallas, somebody moved to Austin, that is a material change.
UCSIS should be able to point at and say the guy works here, right?
Oh yes, and sometimes the work site changes. This third-party consulting, the work site could keep changing, because
That's
in this
crazy.
case, the same LCA. Yeah, and that is a problem, and that is what I'm saying. And this is what people.
Complete lack of transparency.
And that
That's
is where,
wild to me. That's mind-blowing, actually. What Chand revealed to me is that employers have 0 legal obligation to amend the LCA if the H-1B employee is working within the same metropolitan statistical area. This Dallas-Fort Worth-Arlington Metroplex encompasses 13 North Texas counties, 9
And what if they're working like remote though? Like they're working in Texas, but they're I don't know. This sounds like there's so much fraud going to happen just because of this alone.
1,286 square miles with more than 200 incorporated cities and towns. So an IT staffing company like the ones we've seen can file an LCA listing at a ghost office in Frisco and then freely move that H-1B worker to a client site in downtown Dallas, Arlington, Fort Worth, Plano, Irving, McKinney, Denton, or any of the 200 plus cities and towns across 13 counties without ever filing.
Yeah, I love how they fight all over, they fight like hell over gerrymandering, right? But they don't, to me, this seems like to be way more stuff going on this is human trafficking. It is. All right.
A new LCA or amending the H-1B petition. So, on a day-to-day basis, USCIS does not know where the employee works, the DOL doesn't know, the client is not required to report anything to anyone, and the system, by design, is blind as to where this H-1B employee actually works, allowing plenty of room for things like underpayments, misrepresented job duties, and proxy work from India going unnoticed.
The contract is what shows there is availability of work. The problem with fraud, the contract is for 6 months. Everything goes good. Then what? Is somebody on the bench? That is fraud. Is the employer not paying the employee? That is fraud. That is where there is a big problem with H-1B. That is where all the fraud starts. And like you said, hey, this company doesn't exist now. When we call, there's no company. For example, on the day they filed, no, the company was there. Otherwise, because USCIS has their own big check, they will catch it in 1 minute if the company doesn't exist. So I don't think.
So I don't know if I miss it because bro, even with the subtitles, this guy's like, brrr, but I think he said that a lot of times these people just don't even get paid. That's crazy.
Fraud is at that point. The fraud, maybe 6 months, 1 year when the project is over, the company is not paying this guy this salary and this employee is not getting paid, the guy is getting benched. That is where all the fraud starts. And now, like you said, clearly, how do you detect that fraud? In my opinion, the government has access to the databases. Click of a button.
While listening to Chand,
they have to bank somewhere, right? Where does their money go? I'm assuming that their identity, that whatever papers they're getting, they have to go and open a bank account somewhere, unless they're sending the money overseas, which not a fan of at all. That's how you can track these folks down. You mess with their money, they're gonna call, they're gonna respond.
It's clear the system, by design, demands little to no real transparency and heavily relies on the employer operating in good faith. Clearly, USCIS was not inspecting all of these work sites to verify their legitimacy, begging the question, where are these Indians?
I feel like I'm in a library right now.
Really?
Icon IT Solutions, here you are. We have 13 LCAs.
They literally named their company Nokia, took the A off Nokia and switched it around.
Open up, goddammit. Okay, next. Beyond.
Hello, is this ESK? Okay, hi, my name's Tyler.
Hey, man.
Good to meet you. What do you guys do?
It's a software development.
Okay, where do you guys put your LCAs, your H-1Bs?
H-1Bs?
Yes.
Like H-1B guy?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Are you from ICE?
No. We're just doing a little video.
Oh, okay. H-1B guys, like these guys are...
Exactly, yes, because we keep showing up to empty offices. You're the first office we've shown up to with human life.
Yeah, you can pick out.
We can check it out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, this looks like a little India.com here. They got their little ping pong table, and that bro walked up. He looked like he was napping. They got a football game on. Come on.
Hi.
And this is my office. We don't have much H-1Bs.
Yeah.
I think only three H1B.
3.
You said you know how these guys operate a minute ago.
No. I mean, most of them, the offices are empty.
So tell me about that. So I want to make sure we make the difference because we've knocked on a few empty offices that appear to be shell offices, ghost offices.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar with that term?
I'm familiar with the cell companies, but not familiar with a lot of people here because I don't talk with a lot of neighbors.
Okay, so why do some people rent out the offices, but they never actually show up, never do any work?
Maybe most of them work remotely because most of the IT works are.
Boom. Like I was saying, but is it remote here or remote India? That's what I want to find out.
Remote.
Okay.
But I don't allow actually to do the remote work. I prefer my guys to be here.
Okay, thanks again.
Thank you.
Hey, enjoy the game. See you guys.
This guy brought up a good point.
That's 'cause
What
nothing
happens
gets
when our
done.
H-1B prodigies are working remotely from home? I pulled up to Houston and met up with Nick Plum, a former Amazon L7 engineer laid off by Amazon, who has been speaking out against the Indianification of America. And we began our inspection of an apartment complex with several
by the way,
H-1B work.
Whoops. Amazon is a massive perpetrator of this.
Work sites listed as the apartments these Indians lived in. They're required to have a public access file available the moment an LCA is filed, and it must be accessible at the...
There it is again. I'm just saying, kids, it's a sacred Hindu symbol. It's not what you think, all right? So just calm down. Don't go crazy.
Employer's work site within 1 day of filing. Let's see who has their paperwork in order.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm an office call.
Taylor. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Do you want to show me?
That's not an office. I'm an office call.
Okay.
Okay. We're here to review your public access files because this is a corporate work site for foreign workers. You should have your LCAs posted and your public access files available for review. Do you have those available for review?
Hi.
Hello.
Daima?
Good
to meet you, Tyler. You work on behalf of Cognizant?
Yes, I do.
You should have a public access file for review.
What do you mean by the public access file?
But what it includes is the LCA, your labor condition application. It includes the prevailing wage study. Whatever your job is. If you'd like to have
Sure.
Prevailing wage study. It sounds so official.
So this is my work site.
What you're really seeing here is how rare USCIS compliance is, and how before remote work was common, at least you had a...
I'm like, how long have we been watching this? Almost an hour, and we finally got to where somebody's actually doing the work. That's like, that we're like from missing an office. All right, so let's see what this guy has to say.
Corporate office where the public access file could be filed and LCA notices could be posted on a wall. When the H-1B's worksite is now just this guy's apartment, all of this info becomes harder to verify and easier to fake. While the Department of Labor doesn't have enough resources for in-person audits like these...
Whoa. Hold on here. All right. I don't know how much of this is cultural, how much of that is just bros living, the single life, and how much of that is slumlord. But that is fucking disgusting. It's gross, dude. Like his muffin is still like gone, but the cockroach is there.
They did create a provision to allow members of the public to demand the same info. The only problem is, nobody ever does. And of course, we stumbled into this engineer vibe coding in real time. Just look.
I'm telling you. Vibe coding. Let me see if I can kind of spot this a little bit. Hold on. I want to show you something.
Of course, we stumbled into this engineer.
Yeah. So he literally is vibe coding because I can tell you that that is like beginner level AI use, right? You're not going to like do your coding literally inside of the chatbot. You're going to do it inside a coding environment that has its own chatbot built into it, and it will go in and change the files. It'll literally manipulate the files for you. What this guy's doing is he's cutting his code from one spot, pasting it into the chatbot, telling the chatbot to change it, then he copies it and pastes it back. That's fucking amateur, bro. That is amateur. All right. Just saying. Let's get back.
Vibe coding in real time. Just look at this guy's screen.
By law, you should have it here physically ready for me.
So most of the PWD petitions I have, right?
Okay.
And whatever benefits like medical, vision, and then dental, all those medicals, whatever has been provided as part of my LCR petitions. So I do have it.
We will be reporting that we were unable to review the public access file locally.
Yeah.
So what's your job title?
My job title is senior manager.
My job title is fuck you. That's, by the way, I had a job interview a couple weeks ago. I didn't get it. I got all the way to 4 interviews. Recruiter was told, yeah, Jacobs, love him. He's awesome. Let's keep going. They went with somebody else. So my job title is fuck you. Okay, let's get back to it.
I work for a client called Marriott Hotels.
Take the plastic
They
off,
had your
bro.
client secured before your arrival into the United States?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my second client.
Okay.
My first client is Energy. It's an energy company. Cognizant is my employer.
Sure.
They have the right to hire, fire, everything.
Sure.
I'm reporting to my supervisor.
Okay. I'm confused. I'm sorry I keep pausing this, but he said client, but aren't you like a W-2 worker or some kind of form of like an employee? Because he's talking about right to work. Because that's not, I don't know what they call it in Texas, but that language is very similar to Colorado, where here it's right to work, where any party can decide to end the working relationship even without notice. Although they ask you for 2 weeks. Again, my job title is fuck you. So, but yeah, that's some wishy-washy language, because like he says consultant, but he's talking like right to work. That is weird. That is very weird.
Cognizant. I'm enjoying my medical benefits, 401k, Cognizant.
So he's getting benefits?
Stocks.
Fucking stock options? Damn! I am definitely going to exit the country and come back in as a Canadian. I'm doing it. All right.
Okay. Employees.
Doing all of
yes,
this. Okay.
Yes. I'm enrolling it. Yes. I have a family. I'm using medical.
Family of cockroaches.
Cool.
The computer that he was working on looked it was like a $299 HP computer.
It's a Chromebook.
We come in, we see ChatGPT up on the screen. He's not doing anything. I think the biggest myth that we have is this high-skilled immigration thing. Sure. I think it's a lie. I think most of the immigration that we're getting is not.
Like I was saying, I can show you my environment and the way I'm coding and what I'm doing. That's he's basically using the same thing. He's basically using this. Like when I'm just asking, like here, I'll just show you real quick. All right. Write me a Python script, because that's a programming language everybody likes to write in, that says hello world 100 times in a row. Totally useless script, but how it's going to write it, I'm going to see what it does. If it does a loop, or if it's going to literally write out hello world 100 times. And this is a chatbot. This is not a coding agent, right? And because what I use is an agent. He's just using a basic chatbot. Okay, so maybe like last year it probably would have written it out 100 times, but it's using it's counting, from 1 to 100, print hello world. So it's a loop. So that's good solid code for what I asked it to do. But see, now I got to copy this and paste it over into my environment to run it. But the shit that I use, the agent will go, hey, you want me to run that? Hey, you want me to test it? You want me to debug it? All that. Amateur. All right. Anyway, I had to flex my muscles a little bit.
Highly skilled. I'll try to quantify. I'd say 70% of the folks that I actually saw hired and worked around couldn't do the job. Okay. When we needed the top tier engineer, they worked in Ireland. It's like it's just easier to hire. You've got a network of people that are willing to relocate.
So about that with Ireland, I remember the Y2K bug. If y'all remember that, there was like a big fear of 1999, New Year's Eve rolling into the year 2000. The Y2K bug. They just made a movie about it. And the problem was there's decades old code that stored the year as 2 digits. So when 99 rolled over to 00, it could mean 1900 or it could mean 2000, right? So the clock rolled over and everybody was wigging out. But it's like, bro, we didn't have computers in 1900. Obviously 2 zeros means 2000, but still, they all these companies went out in a frenzy. They had all these ancient mainframes, ancient computers running ancient code. Nobody knew how to program them, except for a very small cabal of people in America. They all got plenty of work. So that's when that 01 visa thing started kicking in heavy. They had to go out and find qualified engineers. And I worked at a company that was like flipping out over this Y2K bug, an insurance company. And they brought in Irish software engineers. And it was so hush hush that they would not let them come and go as they please. They bust them in, bust them out together. And when they were in the hallways for lunch, they sent somebody into the break room to clear everybody out. We could not talk to them. We could not make eye contact. I mean, it was like some kind of weird, like skunk works thing that they were acting. I'm like, this is just an insurance company. It was like Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's not like you're making like a stealth fighter or something, but it was just like, you know, these people were so highly coveted and they were so freaked out about Y2K. They had a golden ticket for about a year. And then after that, everything was 4-digit years and nobody even fucking cares anymore. All right, back to it.
If I'm sitting here in Texas, not paying taxes, I may not want to relocate to California.
Sure.
But if I'm sitting in India and I want to do anything I can in my power to get out of India, I'm willing to relocate to California, pay those taxes and the high utility bills, etc. Not classically trained in computers. I self-taught effectively, and I did that through on-the-job training. You know, like if you're
yeah, that's another thing. They don't train anymore. They're like, you got, like in the interviews now, you got to come ready to roll. You got to be that unicorn. You got to be that guy. Yeah, they don't want you to learn on the job. You have to have all them skills filled. It's crazy right now because they are not starved for choice. And then they make it worse by bringing these folks, or the irony is a lot of them really aren't qualified. So like, what's going on there? Anyway.
A pretty smart person, which a lot of Americans are, we're not doing things that are super complex, right?
Sure.
Business analytics you can learn, and especially with AI now, you don't have to have years of training learning how to write SQL, you know?
But again, baby with a screwdriver versus a master carpenter with a screwdriver. With the, you know, or with the same AI, we'll get totally different results, right? Not everybody is writing code like this. They're not writing little cute scripts. You know, what I'm working on has to work across multiple systems across a massive geographic area. AI is not going to be able to do that unless you have a master carpenter talking to it to tell it how to do it, right?
You can, hey, Grok, help me understand how to join these tables or write a query to do this. What we're not seeing is that shift away from a foreign reliance on labor into like adapting our new technology and understanding that these aren't critical skills anymore. They're not unique skills. Like we're not getting super geniuses.
Do you think the companies need to hire US citizens or US workers before they go about and hire somebody in H-1B?
Yes.
The current rules. Unfortunately, no. The answer is no, which is where the biggest problem is.
I see.
And that is what I want to highlight.
For every American, right? You would hope they would assess the American workforce before we start scouring overseas, right?
We're seeing graduates come out of a 4-year college degree and are unable to find a job like what this guy was working. Is this guy?
But Gen Z's lazy, right? They're lazy. Of course they're lazy. Bullshit.
Vastly more talented than the graduate that's coming out of college.
They said the same thing about Gen X, by the way.
Is it just because he already has 10 years of experience? He's the go-to hire?
I mean, our college graduates are competing with a system that is built to disadvantage them, to be honest. And here's the ways, right? Like I can write a job posting and I can require 10 different tech skills. One of them may be 8 years old. It's antiquated.
Sure.
But by adding this antiquated requirement onto a job posting, any recent grad is not going to have that. Now I can filter them out as a technical recruiter.
Sure. And if you're not getting algorithmically filtered out of...
Yeah, they do that. They also go the other way where they'll like, they'll say like you have to have like 5 years experience with AI when like the vast majority of people probably only been fucking with AI for like 2 years, maybe 3 max. They pull that kind of stuff. I've even seen job descriptions where they said you had to have 10 years experience with generative AI, you know, with ChatGPT over here. It's not that old. It's like ChatGPT came out end of 2023 in the public, and you know, it was kind of like available behind the scenes in labs and stuff, but those those guys, they're going to be like making their own companies. They're going to be the ones that have that kind of experience. They're going to be founders. They're going to be the researchers. They're going to want your little, fuck you SaaS app that you want to put your little AI into.
Job postings on LinkedIn. You can find job postings online hiring H-1Bs only. What a racket.
Hi there. How are you? You know where Suite 678 might be? We might even be.
Do you know where Suite 865309 is?
Might not even be in here.
It's a mailbox. It's not an actual physical.
It's a mailbox.
8675309.
So, yeah, we're just trying to confirm.
These and see if they're actual suites.
Yes.
Yeah.
678 is the first one.
Anything that's over a 200 is not going to be here.
Okay, so 534, because they're reporting there's people working at that mailbox. Like they work inside that mailbox then. 1167.
No, these are all like literal mailboxes that I put pieces of mail in.
This is like Delaware companies. Like there was a really popular phase going into like the .com era. It's been around a little longer, but it got really hugely popular when people were filing their .coms. They would do their LLCs in Delaware to avoid certain, I think also to avoid some like taxes, some laws, the liability around your corporation's like really ironclad. It's really hard to pierce the corporate veil, all that stuff. It's kind of almost that's what this sounds like. But people would literally say that the P.O. box, but the way the law was written there, that little P.O. box was enough to say you had your business there. It's kind of the way the law was written there. This is why a lot of companies did that.
And I take packages.
324.
Anything over 200 is not going to be here.
Okay.
Yeah, and just so you're aware, they're reporting to the USCIS that there are humans working inside these mailboxes.
Well, if they can fit in a mailbox this size,
Keebler elves making cookies.
Awesome.
See, the Keebler elves, they can't make fudge cookies anymore, so now I got to make cookies for apps.
Okay, we have our answers. There is zero level of scrutiny at play here.
Zero.
What is our economy?
But what happens when an Indian comes here on an F1 visa to study with the hopes of getting an H-1B visa and eventually a green card, and things don't go according to plan?
Rod.
Oh, we're going to get red pill, guys. For those of you that stuck around, we're going to get some red pill right here. This is black pill shit, right? Check this out. This is the part that a clip that I saw that got me to watch this whole thing.
Why are you here in Texas? What's going on?
I just came for my my further studies, like masters. I'm from India. I'm coming from Mumbai. Mumbai is my home country. That's why I like this country.
Do you like USA or India more?
India more, but for my further studies, I have to come here.
And how difficult was it for you to move your whole life to the USA and come study here?
It's really challenging. When I'm coming to here, it's gonna be a long story behind that. I have to do a lot of interviews, and it's gonna depend on them if they want to give them a visa or not.
You know what I don't understand? This is the thing. India is a much more populous country, right? I mean, they're the world's largest democracy, right? On record. Don't they have their own Facebook, their own Amazon, their own frickin' Twitter, all that? Don't they have their own social media? Wouldn't there be enough jobs, enough tech there? And even if there was, why are we getting the dregs over here? Why aren't we getting their good people to come over here? Not that I'm, trying to put any ideas in anybody's head, but you see my point here? It's like, what's the problem? Go build shit over there. You got like a massive audience, a huger audience to sell shit over there. Get to it.
Not a really big story. We have to do a lot of hard work on that. Even when we came here, we don't know where we have to live, what is going to be happening here, nothing. We don't know.
And how old are you?
I'm just like 23. This is a country that we can just make our future, we can study and do hard work. If we work here, we can get a good jobs and everything. But from our heart, we are connected to our country. And there are lots of Indians. They are doing a lot of things to do to stay here legally.
Where do you live? Do you live with like roommates?
Yeah, I live with my roommates. Before we are going to live, when I came here, it was like a really tough thing. Yeah. That's why in a 2-bedroom hall.
A hall? A 2-bedroom hall?
We are living like 10 members.
10 people?
Yeah, to save our money.
Jeez.
Sure.
Yeah, it's really hard working at the time.
So how did these folks get brought here? Well,
And
that's
I'm
where I started.
I'm thinking that like all those guys were splitting the work too.
Tie it together to what I was seeing at work. We had a major hub in Dallas. I had 2 people on my team that were hired in on H-1Bs to work in Dallas. Well, they have children, and those children get a visa called the H-4 visa. Their spouses get the H-4 visa. I don't know, maybe that like the missing point for a lot of people here is when you're on an H-4 visa and you go to high school in Texas and you graduate from high school in Texas, you were not an international student. So there's guardrails in place in places like UT to ensure that you don't have these massive demographic changes. Well, those guardrails fail when all of a sudden these folks are classified as residents. I find it very interesting, Tyler, that we have folks on
I'll tell you what, the politicians like it because they can vote.
H-1Bs acting as technical recruiters. The person doing the vetting is, they're not American. They don't have that, underlying like for the home team skin in the game.
Most people that come from, let's say, Mumbai, do they have plans of staying longer?
Most of our from my country, they just focus on like just we will get our degree and we will come back. But the thing is that they are not thinking to go back to our country. Why? Because the thing is that in our country there are jobs, there are a lot of jobs. But
okay, so like I was just saying, a massive country, there's more jobs. So what gives?
What they pay, they are not satisfied with that pay.
So if everything goes your way, would you like to be a permanent citizen here?
Well, I'm not satisfied with my pay. Do I get to go to another country and get the better pay? No, because there really isn't another one.
It's not only my dream, everyone dreams like that to get a green card or permanent resident in United States of America. Why? Because we already spent our 3 years here.
What do our college graduates lack? Is it tenacity and skill and intellect? Are Americans stupid, Nick?
I mean, I think we're naive, I'll be honest. I think we've operated in a high trust society for a very long time.
Yep.
As a father of kids, I raised them to do the right thing.
That's how the barbarians got into Rome, sacked it. High trust society while the politicians are ripping everybody off.
To work hard, to go to school, to get the good grades. And I used to tell them, if you grind, you'll be fine. Yeah. That we are a meritocracy.
Yep.
I actually am doubting that. I've changed my message.
Gen Z gets this. Gen Z intuitively knows this. I'm glad to see this older gentleman. I'm guessing he's probably a senior millennial, maybe a late Xer. But I'm glad to see that the older generation's getting it.
Messaging to them.
Yeah. What is the messaging now?
Well, now it's you still need to do the right thing, but you also have to understand you are competing in a system that is built structurally to disadvantage you.
Yep.
How much money does it cost for you to come all the way from Mumbai to Houston, Texas?
To here, I already spent $35, almost $40,000.
So that's a lot of money in India. How do most people afford to get here?
Everyone do like that. They have some savings in our country.
Family
some
pitches
savings
in.
Out their fathers or something. They have some goal or something. They are struggling hard to get a degree and a job here. They are selling their homes in our country to only just to visit the United States of America. They are selling homes. They are selling their savings and everything, the gold and everything. And when they are coming here, they are not satisfied. Why? Because after all these things, the IT job market is no more. No, we are not getting good jobs and nothing like that.
Who benefits from importing infinite labor from all over the planet?
I mean,
the companies do.
I think there's a bunch of beneficiaries to this.
Who's winning right now?
Yeah, well, it's not the youth.
Sure.
It's not the American worker. It is big capital. These folks don't have freedom of movement. If they're let go, they have 60 days to find a new job, or they have to leave the country, or really what ends up happening is they just change status to a new visa.
Sure.
But they should leave the country.
If you can't get a job in IT, what's your plan?
The last option, if I will not get a job, even I also find a girl on the dating places.
Many nice Indian girls.
Here we go. This is the red pill.
Not an Indian girls.
Who?
One white and one Mexican. White women, they are not greedy. Some of them greedy, but everyone not is greedy. But in Mexicans, you cannot trust them.
Who's racist now? Who's the racist now?
What have you seen? What have they done to you?
one of my friends story. So he's just thinking to what to do, and he's trying to get jobs and a lot of things. After that, all the hard working, he's not getting a job. So he find a girl. So first my friend said, "Oh, I like you. Can I get your number or something?"
Okay.
Like that. And then they went for the dates and everything. My friend, he said to their Mexican girls, "Oh, can I ask you for the favor? It's not only my favor, it's your too. Well, because you are struggling hard, so it's really good for you too. So can we do like a marriage?" Just.
And there it is. So I guess when he said Mexican, he means Hispanic, like Hispanic American, not like a Mexican national, because obviously you're not going to marry a Mexican national because you won't get your citizenship.
To fix my papers.
Sure.
So she said, "Yeah, okay then."
Red lights.
They get married?
Yeah, they get married, and the thing is that after they're getting married, and she said, "I have some conditions, like when she's going to sign the papers, she wants like $5,000 in her first month."
Boom! There it is. Another grift.
Like, well, let's look at Amazon, right? They laid off 16,000 people January 28th, 15,000 in October. I am sure those were not only Americans. In fact, I know of at least one that wasn't an American. Now, the difference between her and I is I'm sitting here, right? I'm not worried about being deported. My visa's not gonna get lapsed. And these folks, I mean, they bought cars on 5-year notes. Their entire family will be uprooted. They may even have a kid here that's now an American by birthright citizenship.
You wouldn't buy a car on a 5-year note if you were expecting to leave. Just saying.
When someone has that much to lose, you can really compel them to do anything you want.
Then you see them giving up everything in order to fulfill this dream or get their kids from this status of being lower or middle class to upper middle class and beyond. They may sell the family farm for all that, right?
Back home, their families are becoming millionaires, so to speak.
Oh yeah, multimillionaires, right? They're wealthy. And so I think we just we created that gold rush.
And this is
yet another country extracting American wealth or exfiltrating it to their geography. Somalia, anyone?
Torta. Oh, shit. Okay.
And after that, she is telling, like, this is my first thing, this is my first condition, and now listen my second condition. Every month you have to pay me like on the payments, like every month $1,000. After that, in additional to, you have to pay some of my rent, some of my bills.
So it's like a real marriage now.
Yeah.
I think we know what channels this guy watches. Get him, Tyler.
She don't want to sleep with my friend.
And she doesn't want to have sex.
Yeah, no, she don't want anything.
Oh, she just wants the money.
Just want money. Even my friend, after they got married.
Yeah.
At the time, he already gave $5,000 to her. After she receiving $5,000, she's like.
That's just 10 steak dinners. Right? 10 dates.
Disappear. She's not responding. She's not receiving the calls and everything. She's just ignoring him. When she needs money, when she gets a time for her payments, she's calling, "Oh, where are you?" He asks for the money. Where is my payment for this month? I'm doing your work from last 2 days and you're not paying for me. When she got her money for the payments, for the first payment month, then she
disappeared again?
She did the same thing.
She'll come back the next month for more money. And this friend, this isn't about you?
The thing...
You're not the friend, right?
I'm the person.
You...
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
I heard I did a lot of hard work, like 8 to 9 months to get that money. And the beach she took in 2 months.
How is it being an Indian in 2026 here in Texas?
Oh, here they are thinking like they are seeing us like they are thinking, oh, Indians, you are Indians. You are not our category. You just be aside.
Look, they're just going where the money is, right? They're not banging down my door right now.
Homeless came to my store. And he's telling me, like, he's asking me, oh, can I get the lighter? I said, okay, you have to pay for that lighter. So he's telling me like, this is my country. I'm just fed up with these things.
Really?
Yeah. From only just from 2 months, what I say.
She ruined the whole experience.
All the things, all the dreams.
Yeah.
I once talked to a guy, 27 years in the United States, not a citizen. And I'm not saying they should be citizens. I'll be real clear. I think they should have departed after 3 years, period. But they've been here, bound to their employer. That's a shit system. It doesn't benefit anybody. And then we have to think about the problems that it gives to their kids. You know, they come over here with their kid. Their kid can stay on the H4 until they're 21. They age out of the system. Now, maybe they have to move back to India where they
have no culture.
Don't have any family. There's no angle that you can take that says this H-1B is good unless you are big capital.
Yeah.
There's not.
GDP goes up.
GDP goes up.
I read today that there is 104 million people that are not employed or seeking employment in the United States right now. It's a lot of people. Like, are we in too deep?
We probably are.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm curious to find out how many of those people are just stop looking. Just stop looking.
Like, that's the depressing thing.
I think we need to pause all H-1Bs.
Moratorium.
You have to look at illegal immigration versus legal immigration.
Sure.
And right now, I think the nation, by the mandate that was given to Trump in the House in Congress when we, was 2024, it showed that we had the appetite. We wanted mass deportations. We wanted to, end illegal immigration. But now here we are, a couple years into it. You hear the messaging changing away from mass deportations to only criminals. The reason I bring that up is if you don't have the appetite to handle illegal immigration correctly or, authoritatively, you're not going to have the appetite to do what needs to happen to put the genie back in the bottle for the legal aspect. Yeah. Any of those guys that are simping for the Indians or the immigration lawyers, f*** you. This is America, this is my nation, this is my kid's inheritance, f*** you. The system is broken and we need to fix it.
In my exit interview, they go, hey, we're replacing you guys, we're getting rid of the whole team and we're replacing you guys with Indians. Yeah, I swear to God. I looked them dead in the eye and go, you guys know I'm Indian, right? Like, no, you don't get it. We're getting rid of you. We're moving the job to India to be done by Indians from India who live there, who will do it cheaper. And in that moment, I turned into every one of your fathers. I was like, these goddamn Indians are taking our jobs.
You can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. I'm
not touching that one. All right, guys. That was a long one, but this is nothing new. This has been going on for decades, and but AI's coming. AI's coming, and they're going to get affected by it too. Because, like I was showing you earlier, the real layoffs are not due to AI, right? At least the numbers that they're tracking by. There is one other factor that I will mention briefly. I might do a video on it later, but there is another effect in that people wouldn't get laid off by AI or displaced, other terms that I've used, where their job changes or they need less people. But there are actually new things that AI does that they'll just never create jobs for. And that's going to be more likely how the hockey stick effect of AI is going to come on. I mean, yeah, you have a lot of people get laid off, but all the massive things that AI is going to take over, they're not even tracking that. So, I mean, what do you do? How do you tax that? How do you generate enough revenue for the tax system? Because if you have no people earning income, you're not collecting income tax, and therefore you're not putting money into the safety nets and all the other systems. So even the people that are leeching off the system, defrauding the system, are going to feel the pinch when the revenue dries up. Yeah. But anyway, we're end of the live stream. Everybody that stuck here till the end, I appreciate you. Thanks for helping me troubleshoot the AI characters. Looks like we had a sound issue. I clicked a mute button and did something, and I couldn't turn it back on. So I don't know what that is. So I'm going to have to troubleshoot that so that next week we'll have our Sasquatch. You can hear the Sasquatch talking, and maybe a couple other characters. So stay tuned. See you in the next live stream. Everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you haven't liked the video by now or subscribed to the channel by now, I don't know. There might be something wrong with you. But anyway, until the next one, have a great weekend. Peace.